In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the learning theories assignment. There are quite a few learning theories out there, and they're all about how we learn and what makes us learn. So in chapter 2, you'll read about several different traditional learning theories that outline some of the ways that different scientists and philosophers have argued that learning happens. And in some cases, you will completely agree with one learning theory, or it'll really resonate with you. In other cases, you might find that the learning theory, you feel like you disagree with it, or doesn't feel like you're comfortable learning or teaching style. And in other cases, you might say, you know what, I can see them all working, just depending on the circumstances. And you'd be right. Learning theories are like tools in our toolbox. As instructors, we choose how to teach and choose which learning theory to apply depending on the content of the learning and on the students themselves. So in this assignment, you're going to pick one learning theory that seems interesting to you, and you're going to research a little bit more about that learning theory. So let's look at the traditional learning theories that are outlined in the textbook. You've got humanism, behaviorism, cognitivism, social cognitivism, and constructivism. Those theories are outlined in the text. There is also a new theory that's recently come out called connectivism, which really relies on technology and the digital age, where learning is about connections that we make. And the interesting thing about this learning theory is that it also requires us to unlearn content, which is the first of its kind. Something else that's not covered in the textbook is Indigenous approaches to learning and teaching, and you'll see a little bit of additional material in the course about that topic. And I'd encourage you to take a look at these materials, even if you don't plan to write your paper on Indigenous learning theories or Indigenous approaches. So for this assignment, you will choose a learning theory. You can either do a paper or a digital report, a digital project. The paper is just your traditional report style submission, and the digital report could be a video, it could be a podcast or an infographic or something similar to that. Either way, you want to start with the material that's in the textbook and in the course, and then do additional reading and some more research on the theory that you've chosen. Make sure you look at the rubrics for both, because they're a little bit different for each type of submission, whether you do the report or the digital project. And as always, if you have any questions as you're working through it, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help.